Hi everybody, it's the Craft Nut, and today I'm making gum paste flowers. I make wedding cakes, and a couple of my church is having an anniversary, their 20th anniversary, and they asked if I would make them a cake. And so I am making a two-tier cake with gum paste flowers. So I thought I would share with you the process that I do to create gum paste flowers. So first off, I start by having wires covered in floral tape. I make some gum paste. I use Wilton gum paste, and I have then tinted it. I use the Wilton colors, the Garden Tone icing colors, and right now I'm using the Astra Mauve to create roses. The cake is going to have roses and daisies. So what I have here is my gum paste rolled out, and I cover it with tin foil. It creates an airtight seal. I know it looks kind of weird possibly, but this way you can lift it up and everything stays nice and fresh, and you don't have any edges or corners that dry out. And then if it dries out, it crisps and cracks, and you don't really have a great looking rose. So I have these non-silicone mats that are my work surface. And over here I have a stand where I have roses that I've already made. This is one of the roses that I've already made. And then I can hang it upside down and let it dry. So I'll walk you through how I make a rose. So I've rolled out my gum paste and I've cut it out. I have Wilton rose cutters. And then I just cut out the individual petals to kind of give it like a deeper, more defined petal. And I'm using two different sizes. I'm using the medium and the large. And I'm going to make a full rose this time around, so I need to punch out a second large petal set. And so then I'm going to also take it and so first I have a shaping mat. I don't know if the camera is getting quite that far over. And I'm just shaping, giving my flower some look to it, so it's not just flat. I'm thinning out the edges, and I'm giving it kind of like a bald look in the middle. And I take my little end, and I poke it. And so I'm going to do the same with the next two sizes. So when I'm working with gum paste, I always have a box of cornstarch. If anything starts to stick, I just dunk my tool into cornstarch. And on the mat, I have wiped some shortening. I'm using Crisco, and that helps it to come off the mat. Once you use your cutter, it prevents it from ripping and sticking. Same as if you use the Cricut for cakes, but I don't have one, so I just do everything by hand. And then on the end of the wire, I have put some gum paste to kind of create like a teardrop, and that is the center. So I have my first smaller piece, and I just slide it through that little bit. I have a mixture here of water and meringue powder. I just brush it, and this turns into the glue, so I can then wrap it around and have it stay. And there is our first layer. So I'm moving on to one of the bigger ones. And again, I'm using meringue powder and water solution. And it will help adhere those petals to the previous layer that I just created. I don't know if you can all hear the wind in the background. It's a really windy day here. I have all the windows open. It's really warm. It's one of the first true warm days. My son's outside playing. He has a home day today, and he's playing without his coat on, so he's very excited. Okay, so this last layer, I'm going to turn it over. So those shaped edges that I've just created are facing down. And that will kind of create that fullness that a rose has. And again, lots of meringue powder and water solution. And this helps give it that look that folds out as your petals for the roses as it opens. So you just kind of shape it if it's not the right shape. And lastly, I have the vineyard that goes around the bottom of the rose to give it that realistic look. And what's cool with these is you can shape them and it will dry to the shape that you would like. So you can have it curled out right up against the rose, however you want, and it will have that. I'm going to have that curl out. That one's not going to be snug. That one's going to go all the way up. And there is my full, beautiful rose. What's nice about this, it's all edible. So if they want to pull it apart and eat it, it tastes really sweet. It's a form of icing. You can break it apart, it gets really hard. And so you can arrange it and keep it on the flower. Keep it on the cake, rather, or not on the flower. And so over the next couple days, I'll show you making some different ones, and some daisies and leaves, and then I'll show you arranging them. So this is the first rose, and I hope you liked it. And if you have any questions, just let me know, and I'll try to answer them. Thanks for watching. Bye. Hi again. I just also wanted to note that if you wanted a smaller rose than the one I had just showed you, you just use 2. You don't have to use the 3 layers. And if you wanted a really small, you could just use 2 of the smaller. And it does come with a really little one. So you can have all the different stages of the roses, from really nice and tight to all the way opening, and just kind of give your cake a realistic look. So it's all depending on what you want. If you want a whole bunch of little roses, some big roses. Over the next couple days I'll show you what I've done, and I'm going to make a wide variety. So I just wanted to let you know that as well. You don't have to just keep making big roses. You can just make whatever you feel like that will suit your cake. Okay, and thank you for watching. Bye.